Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme.
Imagine a spiritual path that doesn't ask you to worship, obey, or fear a divine being. One that says you already have everything you need to reach awakening. No miracles required. A path that dares to leave God out of the equation entirely. Sounds radical, right? Welcome to Buddhism. Hey, seekers of truth. I'm Keva, and today we're diving into one of the most mind-bending and misunderstood aspects of Buddhism. Why doesn't Buddhism focus on God? Or better yet, why does the Buddha seem silent on the divine altogether? Buckle up, because this journey may challenge everything you thought you knew about faith, self-realization, and the nature. When most people say God, they're usually talking about a supreme being, an all-knowing, all-powerful creator who watches over the universe, rewards good, punishes evil, and maybe even answers prayers. But here's the twist. Buddhism didn't evolve around that kind of deity. In fact, the Buddha himself rarely, if ever, talked about a creator God. Why? Because his mission wasn't to explain how the universe began. It was to help us understand why we suffer and how to stop suffering. He saw questions about the origin of the cosmos or divine creators as distractions. That's right. The Buddha famously refused to answer metaphysical questions about God, the soul, and the afterlife unless they directly help someone reach enlightenment. To him, it was like asking a man shot with a poisoned arrow to first figure out who made the arrow, what wood it was carved from, and where it came from, instead of just pulling it out and healing. His priority was liberation, not speculation. Not exactly. This is where it gets interesting. Buddhism is non-theistic, not atheistic. It doesn't deny the existence of gods. It just doesn't see them as central to the spiritual path. In many Buddhist traditions, there are gods, spirits, and celestial beings. But they're not creators. They don't control your destiny. They're just part of the cosmic tapestry. Beings caught in the same cycle of birth, death, and rebirth as us. Even gods, according to Buddhism, can be ignorant, prideful, or eventually die. So, instead of praying for salvation, Buddhists focus inward. They meditate. They observe their thoughts. They examine their attachments and desires. Because the Buddha taught one core truth. You already have what you're looking for. No savior required. Here's what makes Buddhism stand out. Its radical focus on self-transformation. The Buddha didn't want blind followers. He wanted people to test his teachings like gold in fire. His final words were, "Be a light unto yourself." That means, don't look outside for truth. Don't wait for someone to rescue you. You are your own guide. Now that's not to say community and teachers aren't important, but Buddhism puts the power and the responsibility in your hands. No divine judgment, no cosmic courtroom, just cause and effect. Karma. Let's break it down. Karma isn't about punishment or reward from some all-seeing deity. It's the simple law of actions and consequences. What you think, say, and do, those ripples come back. But here's the kicker. There's no one keeping score, no judge in the sky balancing the books. You are the author of your life. Your actions plant the seeds for your future experiences. That's empowering, but also sobering. It means if you want peace, you have to cultivate it. If you want freedom, you have to train your mind. No shortcuts. No get-out-of-suffering-free cards. Now, hold on to your seat, because Buddhism goes even deeper. Not only does it challenge the idea of God, it also challenges the idea of you. Yep. According to the Buddha, what we call the self is an illusion. There's no permanent soul, no fixed identity, just a constantly shifting flow of sensations, thoughts, and experiences. This idea is called anatta, non-self. And guess what? Clinging to this illusion of a solid, unchanging self, that's one of the main roots of suffering. It's not that you don't exist. It's that you're not what you think you are. We're more like waves than stones, fluid, changing, interconnected. Letting go of the illusion of a fixed self, that's where freedom begins. Now you might be wondering, how do Buddhists know all this? Not through belief, through practice. Buddhism isn't a faith in the traditional sense, it's a method for waking up. You don't have to believe in Buddhism. You try it, you meditate, you watch your breath, you sit with your mind. You observe suffering and let it teach you. And slowly, you begin to see things as they really are. That's why Buddhist teachers often say, "Don't take my word for it. See for yourself." Let's bring it full circle. Do Buddhists reject God? Not necessarily. But they don't rely on the idea either. To a Buddhist, what matters most isn't what you believe, but how you live, how you treat others, how well you understand your mind, how willing you are to let go of ignorance and cultivate compassion. Buddhism doesn't demand belief, it invites investigation. And whether or not God exists, that investigation still leads to awakening. So what do you think? Is the Buddhist approach refreshing, challenging, maybe even liberating? Let me know in the comments. And if this sparked something in you, hit that like button, subscribe, and join our community of curious minds exploring timeless truths. Remember, the answers you seek won't be found in the sky, a book, or even this video. They're waiting in the depths of your own awareness. So keep practicing, keep questioning, and trust the journey. Until next time, stay mindful, stay compassionate, and stay free.